Welcome to the Prince2 Top Tip series, brought to you by Planet IT Solutions. In today's episode, we will be looking at the introduction to Prince2. Prince2 stands for Projects in Controlled Environments, and it is a methodology, meaning it's a way of doing things. So not only will Prince2 tell you how to do certain activities, it will also tell you when to do certain activities. One of the big benefits of Prince2 is the fact that it is generic, therefore it's applicable to all types of projects, not construction only or IT only or anything like that. The definition of a project is that it's a temporary organization, so people coming together on a temporary basis to deliver business products according to an agreed business case, meaning there must be a justifiable business reason to start off the project. What makes a project different than our normal activities? There are certain characteristics to a project that sets it apart from our normal business as usual activities. Firstly, change. Every project introduces change, meaning your organization will look different after the project than it did before. Projects are temporary, so there's a defined start and, importantly, a defined end to them. Projects are cross-functional. People with different skill sets come together to deliver a project, and the majority of the time different areas of an organization is impacted. Every single project is unique. No two projects are 100% exactly the same. And finally, uncertainty. Projects bring more risk, more uncertainty into the business than our normal business as usual activities. Project management, what is it? What is it that you do? You as a project manager have been entrusted to manage the day-to-day activities to deliver the specialist pieces of work that the project requires. So firstly, you'll be doing a lot of planning, and that is establishing what will be done, when will it be done, how will it be done, who will do it, and so forth. Next, delegating. So even though you might feel like it at certain points in time, you can't do everything yourself. You won't have the capacity to do it, and skill sets might also be a problem. Therefore, you need to hand out pieces of work to some of your specialist teams. Next is the monitoring aspect. So you need to make sure whenever you hand out a piece of work, not only that piece of work, but your whole project is on track. And finally, controlling. Whenever issues, risks, problems, concerns pop up, you need to take the necessary corrective actions to ensure that your project stays within tolerance, timelines, budgets, and so forth. Certain areas of your project you will have to manage continuously, and we refer to them as the 6 project performance areas. The first of those is costs. You only have a limited amount of money to spend on your project, therefore you need to manage that amount of money and spend it wisely every single day. Next, timescales. The business will probably want their products at a specific point in time, so you need to ensure that you stay on track to deliver within those timescales. Quality. Customer again expects a certain level of quality, and if you deliver anything that's below that level of quality, the customer will not accept the project's output. Scope is how much of what do we need to deliver to the customer, and you need to agree that with the customer up front and keep managing that expectation. Risk, or otherwise known as uncertainty, is all the uncertain events that might happen in future that could potentially impact your project, and if the levels of risk becomes too high, your project might not be justifiable anymore. And finally, benefits. So we undertook this project because the business expects certain benefits coming their way at the end of this project. Should that benefit picture change due to market conditions or anything like that, once again, your project might not be justified to carry on with anymore. Prince2 is based on a customer-supplier environment. Now that means we always assume there's a customer, somebody we're doing the work for, somebody who will specify what it is they actually need from us, somebody who will be paying for the project, as well as a supplier or suppliers. These are companies, organizations, people supplying us with time, skill sets, resources, raw materials in order to produce our products. They are also responsible for the quality of whatever they provide to our project. Now, customer, we will break down even further into business, in other words, the area of the organization paying for the project, for our work, as well as user. In other words, the end users, the people who will be using our project output. Please keep in mind, in a commercial environment, meaning multiple organizations working together, both from a customer side as well as from a supplier side, everybody will have their own reasons for being involved with the project. They'll have their own business cases for being involved with the project. They might have their own governance structures they need to comply with. So you as the project manager need to keep that in mind and manage the integration of the customer versus supplier expectations. Then we have the four integrated elements of Prince2, the building blocks of the whole methodology if you want. First of all, the principles. So these are the underlying values of Prince2 that has to be complied with at all points in time in order for you to call your project a Prince2 project. Then there's our processes being set of activities to be undertaken at specific points in time during your project. So for example, you will do different tasks and activities at the start or initiation of your project than you would while you are closing your project down. Then there's our themes, and that is the guidance around specific topics. It's the how-to from Prince2. And finally, there's tailoring. So how do you adapt the Prince2 methodology? How much of it do you need to apply to your particular project or organization in order for it to add value? In summary then, remember the project definition, temporary organization to deliver business products according to an agreed business case. The characteristics of a project, what sets it apart from our normal BAU activities. What you do as a project manager, planning, delegating, monitoring and controlling. The performance areas of a project that you need to continuously pay attention to. The fact that Prince2 is based on a customer supplier environment, and finally those four elements, those four building blocks of Prince2, our principles, our processes, our themes and tailoring. That was the introduction to Prince2. I hope you found that useful. Contact us on www.planetit.co.za or email info@planetit.co.za for more information. And as always, good luck with the exams.